Watercooler.
Ba-ba-ba-dum.
Watercooler. Watercooler.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler.
I'm sweating.
Welcome to it.
Anyone uses these headphones after me tonight, they're going to get moist.
Meantime, Matt's sipping on a Chardonnay.
Yeah.
It's actually a Chenin Blanc. Thank you very much.
If that pinky goes up, my can is going through the TV screen. I'm just chucking it right at you. All right. Sorry. Look, this is confusing for any listener right now. We started this one weird, and I'll tell you why. But first, let me introduce everybody who's here. You know how the water cooler goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my cruel digital buds, and Matt with me in studio. Gary Smith.
What's up?
Oh, Gary, that's a weird one. Mike Dawson's here.
Hello.
Oh, smooth, calm demeanor. And all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Vondelier.
Hey, brother.
Oh, I'll tell you what's up. Oh, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you what's up. No, we're a little tired. We started water cooler a lot later than the scheduled time because Adam is moving warehouses and he needed to clear out a warehouse. And he's like, hey, I got some stuff at this warehouse that needs to be out by tonight.
I need hands.
Yeah, I need hands.
And then he just walked out. He just
And he walked
basically
out.
said out loud into the ether, I need hands, and he left the building. And went to where...
Adam,
Go ahead.
when we're talking about Adam Carolla's stuff to the listener, this could be any multitude of things.
Exactly.
Sheet metal.
It
was
car
all of it.
parts, styrofoam.
Now,
Matt, it was all of it.
Fenders.
I am not going to name names, but more than one person said as they were moving something, but this is trash.
There was a lot of garbage.
Okay. So there's a lot to get into. But anyway, so we go over there thinking, okay, yeah, we'll help out for a bit. And we walked into a fully stocked warehouse
Now, to be fair, it was about 70% empty. But 70% empty, 30% of a warehouse. When you have a warehouse, you become a hoarder. Like you just have so much space, so you have all the stuff. You fill the
I have real
space.
estate. Yeah, I would like. That's why you get a warehouse to fill
it. Exactly.
Yeah,
Matt, if you were at work in flip-flops, you would have been miserable.
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
Well,
you
I
would.
think
You
it's
probably
gonna
would have
be
made out.
It was
miserable.
hazardous. We were working amongst hazardous materials.
You would have lost a lot
I
of
mean,
blood.
Listen, I will admit that when Gary texted me and said that you guys were going to be delayed because you guys were going to be emptying one of Adam's warehouses, my heart sank for you guys. Listen,
You poured
I treasure,
yourself a
I-
Chardonnay and
Yeah.
I treasure my time with you guys. Don't get me wrong, but
What's so
I
bad?
cannot imagine a worse scenario. At the end of the day,
What time is it there right now? Midnight.
yeah.
Look. Okay,
Well.
so I've said this before on the show. You don't realize how much stuff you have until you move.
right.
But the real metaphor is you don't realize how much stuff you have until you have to move your boss's shit. Like there's a lot of stuff in that warehouse, and it's all vintage racing. A lot of it is vintage racing parts. That I was telling Gary, this is some Final Destination stuff. Like all of these are weapons.
Oh yeah.
They are. We're talking. Every piece of metal has a knife's edge to it.
And then all of a sudden, someone shows up in gloves, and everyone's like,
Yeah,
"You got gloves?"
Yeah.
I know.
Matt, you know all about that.
If only I had been there in high school.
Yeah. Old gloves fondlier over there.
Oh yeah, Matt only wears gloves. Yeah, Matt, I don't think you know what it's like to just be sweaty in the heat, moving a bunch of Bob Sharp's old stuff. But that's neither here nor there. It's just So it was the end of our workday, and we thought let's help.
we're
Let's help
here.
move.
You're there. We're happy.
Yeah,
And-
we're all right. It's not nearly as bad as I'm complaining. It's just funny.
No, it was and Adam was actually very cool about it. And after we did, like an hour or so worth of work, he went out of his way to come up to me and be like, "You're done." I was like, "All right,
Yeah.
no problem."
He didn't come up to me. That's weird.
He came up to me and said, "You and I were."
Okay. But you know what I feel like now, guys? Doss,
What?
Gary.
What?
You know that scene from Shawshank where they're on the roof just sipping the beers, just looking into the horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like with you guys. Like we just did it. It's nice.
So who in this scenario is Dufresne sitting over in the shade, not drinking the beers?
I know. It feels nice.
It really does.
Yeah.
I actually saw that scene of Shawshank within the last week.
I don't like the claw.
Yeah. All right. Now that we got that out of our system,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel nearly as much complaining than than the amount of work we put in, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
Yeah, I don't. It really is. It's okay.
It was a communal aspect to it too, because everyone that works
Yeah.
for Adam was doing that.
All hands
Like,
on deck.
Everyone was doing it, so it's
Yeah.
just kind of like, you know what? Like, fuck it. Like, this is what we're doing for right now. Like, let's just get after it.
I'm
Now,
more
was
worried about Ben.
everybody-
Ben lost about
Yeah, I
4
was gonna
liters
say-
of water.
I was gonna say Ben sweat through his entire shirt and cut himself 4 different places, and I had to go up to him and be like, "Bro, like I know people are joking around here, but like keep an eye on those wounds, and if they start to turn like a bad color around them, like hit up urgent care because
Yeah.
you know
Is
tetanus
Ben
is a thing."
clumsy?
No, but Ben is not.
Dude, these are all like everything has a sharp edge to it. Like it's like carrying large knives.
Matt, when Dawson says that we all looked around at the person that first showed up with gloves and marveled in awe, it's because we were moving car parts from the 1960s that now have jagged edges, and none of us had gloves. So
And,
he
like-
just nicked himself like 3 or 4
And
times.
these are huge. Like they're some things are 8 feet long.
Yeah.
And you're just carrying sheet metal and pieces and random cut sheet metal.
It's good
Now,
for
was
you.
there anybody
Good for
who
you.
was trying to be like a designated job site leader, aka not actually helping to move anything, but just being like, "You guys got that? You guys got that? Okay, you guys are doing good. How about you
everyone
guys
was
over
cool.
here?"
No. Everyone was good.
Everyone
Everyone was
was contributing.
We would have called somebody out, I think,
Yeah.
had that happen. Yeah, whatever. It's okay. It's behind us.
It is behind us.
And we're good.
You know what else is behind us? The weekend.
Gary and I were weekend warriors together.
We were.
Gary and I golfed.
What you guys do?
We went golfing.
Whoa.
18?
18.
We went
9:10 tee off. Nice morning. It's
Oh
cloudy.
yeah. It was
great.
Dude, that was fun.
It was
How
fun.
many holes you guys play? You guys go all day?
We played 18.
All 18?
All 18 holes
That-
on Tiger Woods' old course, the one he grew up playing.
Yeah. It was out in Anaheim, so it was actually really close to me, which was nice. I got out there early in the morning. We hit some balls on the range.
Yeah.
Chris is a much better golfer than he gives himself credit for.
Oh, stop.
Chris,
Oh, really?
No, like you are. You talk about like I'm trying to get the ball off the tee, but like no, you're getting the ball. You're getting the ball going forward
There's
every
some-
single
there's
time.
some- Yeah, I mean, I go to
You're
the range
hitting-
a lot, but
You're
yeah.
hitting good shots more often than I would have expected someone
Cool.
at your
That means
All
a
right,
lot.
Chris, be honest. Were there any Happy Gilmore-esque moments where Gary came in, stepped in behind you, and wrapped his arms around your waist and grabbed your wrists and was like, "Let me
all
show
in
you
the
how to
hips.
putt, pal."
No,
It's
every-
all in the hips.
No, but there was a lot of times where during my backswing, Gary would just go, "Yeah, jackass," and that was annoying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I kept with it though.
Yeah, it really was. And then Gary begged to go to Red Lobster. He wanted those cheddar biscuits after the game, but after the round. But it's fine. You know what? I did surprise Gary with though was the new Bud Light hard sodies.
Oh yeah, as previously
man.
discussed on this, Dawson. He handed me the cola one. When I tell you it tastes exactly like Coca-Cola, it is exactly. I mean, it's dangerous to the point that it might as well be a mixer. It has to be a mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're still boozing it. Yeah, it's wonderful. So yeah, Gary and I shared some hard sodies, and then there's other things too. Right before we get to the first hole, the ambassador comes by and he goes, "Hey guys, it's wet. I mean, it just rained. There's a huge thunderstorm the night before."
For listeners, he was on most courses. I would know him as a marshal.
Oh yeah, Marshall.
Yeah.
The ambassador.
The
I was like,
ambassador.
wait a minute.
His cart said
That's
ambassador in
amazing. Okay.
giant letters. I've
Okay.
never seen
Who's
that
the marshal?
before, but the marshal.
The
Yeah.
prime minister of this golf
Right.
course. He
Senator.
yeah, exactly. He stopped and he said, "Hey, we're doing since the ground's very wet, we're doing something called the 90-degree rule, which is
Let's let Matt explain that.
oh yeah, Matt, you know what the 90-degree rule is, right?
Absolutely. They're trying to preserve the greens of the course. They don't want you driving your cart all over the place. So they want you to keep to the paths, park parallel to your ball, aka a 90-degree angle from the ball, and then you can walk out, hit your shot, and go back to your cart.
Dude,
That was pretty close.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
They
so
let you
that was
drive
a-
out there, though,
Yeah,
right?
they let you drive out.
Yeah.
When it's super wet, Matt, that is something courses do. But in this one, they were just saying, go up to where your ball is, turn in 90 degrees, drive out to the ball, and then go straight back to the cart path.
Yeah. So we did that. I was very nervous driving across that fairway every single time. Gary was trying to make me more comfortable about it. Because Gary and I were cart buddies.
Chris thought
Did
the
you guys have
ambassador
another-
was going to come back
Yeah,
and
yeah.
give him a talking to, shame him, take his picture,
I
ban
can't
him
have
from
it.
the course
I
forever.
can't have it. It's
I
my
was
first
like,
time there.
Bro, that guy's.
You think he was going to call Tiger
other
Woods and
pair.
get you in trouble?
Dude, who knows?
It was two of Chris's other buddies that were gracious enough to include me.
John and James.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they exist.
So John and James definitely exist. Now Jason's still, up
Jay
in
and
the air.
Jay.
Jason and Jake.
Jay
You
and
guys
Jake,
don't
okay.
know.
Right.
So John and James, and I thought this was very funny, Dawson and Matt. Like halfway down the first hole, Chris goes to me and he goes, John, there's an O in his name, and he's wearing glasses. And James, he's the other one. And as he was saying it, I was like, that's the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Why are you telling me this? And then by the second tee, I needed to remember who was who, and I was like, glasses, John.
See?
Fucking
No,
brilliant.
glasses is good. That's a clear.
See?
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
But as you were saying it, I was like, why do I need that information? That's a weird thing to be telling me. And then I
Yeah.
used it, and I was very pleased.
And by the way, Gary, very good golfer too. It was very nice. He
What
hit
was
some
the final
amazing
score?
shots. I don't even. We didn't keep score.
We didn't really keep score. That's not what
Oh,
we were.
really?
The other two, John and James, I think, were sort of keeping rough score, kind of playing against each other on the back nine. But Chris and I were mostly out there to have
They were playing
fun.
with each other. They did scramble. on
Oh
the
yeah,
back
they did
nine.
scramble.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they were keeping track a little, but Chris and I were just having fun.
Yeah.
I.
Gary showed me a few things too, and it was nice. It was.
And
it
give
was
me a
just
little,
beautiful
give me
day.
a little taste, like literally the taste here. Did you guys stop at the 10th hole, so to speak, or the 19th hole rather, and have your guys some snacks?
No.
You guys drink it on the course?
Not one thing was eaten.
We had the two drinks. Chris brought the Bud Light Celtics. I had one of the cola ones and a lemon lime, and that's the end of my golf fond du lac because we did not stop after. It took a little longer. It was a little busy on a Sunday. So by the time we finished, we both kind of looked at the clock and were like, oh, shit, I didn't know it was that late.
Yeah.
We just kind of had to split.
Well, at 9:05 a.m., Gary's in the cart with me, and I stopped the cart right before the first tee, and I look at Gary and I go, "You ready to take a Jaeger bomb?" And Gary reluctantly
Nice,
is like, "Okay."
Did you?
Oh no, I was just trying to freak him out. Just trying to freak him out. Come on, we're
Next time, buddy.
civilized here.
Get some pocket shots with you, pal.
I
Come
know.
on.
Next time. But it was a good time. And now Dawson,
What?
we gotta go.
Yes, I want to. Let's do it.
Well, we're going to San Diego.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
We
gonna.
have a fearsome foursome in San Diego.
We gotta get out early enough to hit a bucket of balls because I haven't hit a golf ball in well over a year, probably
That's
2
okay.
years.
Yeah. We're gonna go. We're
Should
doing
bring your clubs and go hit a bucket at the Bell after work one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to do that, I'll do that with you.
I'm
Sure, I'll do
happy
that.
to. The foursome is Dawson, Mike August, me, and Adam Carolla. What do I expect with Adam Carolla on that golf course? Whose response was, "I would love to go. Yeah, count me in." Do you have clubs? Yeah, I got some somewhere.
Yeah, after what
He's
we
a
just witnessed,
natural
he's got
athlete.
something everywhere.
I would not put it behind Adam to just be able to, no pun intended, ace that course without
pun
having
intended.
been out there much because he's just a gifted athlete.
Yeah, he is. He kind of gets
And
it.
he could be really focused and concentrate on shit. So give him a.
You don't work
he's
for him
played
anymore,
before.
Matt. What are you doing?
Yeah,
yeah.
seriously,
You gotta
this
man.
is
quit
working
here.
for
Yeah,
like-
let
that
it
thing
go.
out of your mouth.
Oh my god. Guys, okay. Well, there's something I wanted to bring up also, and for the last 2 days I've had a tummy ache. And
tummy ache?
Yeah, dude. Like,
Tommy's
yes.
What?
yes.
What
like,
from?
What
I
happened?
don't know. It's been keeping me up at night. I haven't been able to sleep. Just like random
Pooping?
pains.
Could you be pooping
Dude,
more?
I haven't, and I'm worried that this is gonna lead. Like, this is the calm before the diarrhea storm.
Sure.
And I'm
That's gonna be the greatest shit of your life, though. Once
I
it
am
goes,
worried.
it's like, oh,
Like it, and this never happens. And now look,
Mm.
it's bound to happen. I eat very questionable things, and one of them, Jen seems to believe it's this old chicken salad that we left out all day, and I still ate it.
How old?
Like half a day,
You started with all day, then you went to half a day when questioned.
3/4 day.
was it in direct sunlight?
It was in the car.
Half a day in the car, probably not a good idea to eat it.
I feel like I read headlines of like person dies after eating omelet that was left in car for 6 hours.
Somebody died.
Something
That's a
like that.
terrible headline.
Yeah, yeah. What
It
papers
was
are you
terrible.
reading? But yeah, so I have
Murder
a tummy
Monthly.
ache.
You know what? It might help. Apple cider vinegar
Yeah,
pills.
burn
they
it
make,
all.
They make tablets.
just dissolve it all. It's like my upper belly, which is what? Is that my large intestine? What is that? I don't know where in
But
my
wouldn't bad chickens-
digestive tract.
Wouldn't bad chicken
feeling
salad just
pain.
give you like food poisoning?
That's what I'm
Probably,
thinking.
yeah.
I thought
feel like
I'd
on
be
day
puking.
2, you
But
got
maybe
something else.
it doesn't maybe you got it within the time period when it was about to make the switch, like when it just became a zombie chicken salad.
Like right when the full moon
but
comes
you
out.
caught it and you cut off its arm,
Oh, so I'm just paying for that.
but then you ate the arm.
You don't eat the arm after you cut off
and
the
that's why
infected arm.
You know, that's why.
Matt, the zombie expert here. Matt,
Yeah, what's up?
if you get bit by a zombie
yo,
on your let's say I got bit on the forearm, and
on the
before
forearm.
I let this infection spread, I amputate my arm with my machete.
Hacksaw.
Dawson.
Yeah,
Hacksaw. And then I
then you
take
eat
that
it.
amputated arm and I consume it. What happens?
Not a good idea.
Just
You
get
are
into it.
going
You're a zombie.
to become a zombie.
Now you're
You
one-arm
want to
zombie.
cook it first.
You have to cook off this.
You want to cook it first. And if you look on the internet, you might find a good recipe for 30-minute zombie on the barbecue. Right, Matt?
Right. Yeah. What
Oh,
if?
yeah,
Do I
sure.
should I boil the arm first and really just get all the bacteria off it?
You got to get the protective layer off.
Oh.
Yeah.
And don't eat it mid rare. You got to go past medium.
No,
right?
you definitely have to cook it.
Guys,
Yes.
I think everyone knows you do zombie well done.
You got to go. Yeah.
I don't
zombie.
care if you need some A1 or some Frank's Red Hot, but zombie you do well done.
Yeah.
kinda want it to
it's-
fall apart.
It's at the farthest end of the meat thermometer scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like what can you eat rare? Like tuna, like fish, some steak, some pork. Then you get like chicken. You got to cook that all the way through. Then after chicken, zombie.
Zombie. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, and then zombie
it's
chicken.
zombie chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, zombie,
Zombie
chicken.
chicken, you gotta
kind of
go
burn
full-
it.
yeah,
you
you
got to
wanna
char
char
it.
it.
It's
You
not
wanna-
even,
Yeah,
it's not
you gotta
even worth eating
those
that zombie
lines in
chicken.
there.
But it's a delicacy in some places. I don't think we should completely
Well,
rule
when
out
you're
the zombie
in
chicken.
India, you can eat the zombie chicken.
Write that down.
Yeah, look, the curry hides some of the char.
Why?
When in Rome,
Very
do as
strong-
the Romans do.
Yeah,
when
very
in
strong
India,
flavors.
Yes. Then you can eat the zombie chicken.
Okay. Now, yesterday,
Chris.
yeah.
While you're talking about zombies, I got to ask, when you're watching horror movies,
reading.
well, that's exactly where I'm getting at. Where does the zombie movie fall on the spectrum? Because I feel like you're talking like you've watched some zombie stuff.
I
not
love
just
20. I
read
love the
zombie
28 Days
stuff.
series. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen the World War Z's. I've seen.
Are we
the-
wiki first?
No.
No.
No. I for some reason I
Even
can
though
do the
they're
zombies. I've watched the
notorious for,
first
like, body
4 seasons
trauma.
of The Walking Dead.
It's got to be
World
a
War
lot
Z was
more hand
fantastic.
trauma in zombie movies. Though.
Yeah, like
Oh,
that's
plenty.
guaranteed you're gonna have.
Those aren't humans.
It feels fake.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's
just a
not
little
happening
too
to humans.
cartoonish for me.
Yeah.
okay.
Where it's not. Yeah, like hostile hand trauma is a lot worse than zombie hand trauma, at least for
Okay.
me. Yesterday, Nate from Chassis. So all the Chassis guys are working here now, and it
Who's in my old office?
Me.
yeah.
No.
No, Emmy.
Yeah, big boy.
No, Emmy. I took Kalen's.
Yeah, Kaylin took my old office, and then Gary gave it to Gary. The that's
You
what
want your
happened. My
office
guitar's still up
Do
there.
you want your office back?
No, not really.
You can have it.
It's too. That's all right. So
I got a guitar for sale in other news.
okay, so
Signed by multiple people.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
Nate from Chassis, the head of Chassis. He's hanging out in my office the other day because he pops in every once in a while because now he has some new people to converse with, and he goes back and forth, and he's like, "Man, I went out the other day and I heard you guys doing that Watercooler show," and I go, "Yeah."
We got to remember to turn the speakers off.
He's like, "Yeah, it's really bad." That's what he told me.
Whatever. He's an idiot.
And then I hear him outside as we're like, "Yeah, zombie chickens. Yeah, we gotta be careful of those zombie chickens."
Something's up
He's
with the
not in
gain
our
on your mic, dude.
demographic,
It's way too
all
loud. I'm
right?
gonna change it.
Yeah. What?
You're overdriven just a little touch.
Oh, well, I
saying you're
like
hot.
it. Yeah, I'm dimed. That's what
that
they
was an
call it.
Emmy guest appearance right there.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say. I think I heard Emmy there. Hi, Emmy.
But yeah. Anyway, so we lot of stuff happening over the weekend. I saw Florence and the Machine at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, how was that?
They're so good.
I gotta
live.
live vicariously through you. How was the Hollywood Bowl?
Incredible. So many people. They sold out like 2 nights in a row. So we went night
Masks?
one.
You have to wear masks?
No.
We're done with
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yay.
The governor.
What are they? Whatever they're reporting in Austin about California, we're okay here now.
It's fucking, the headlines are pretty wild out here. You guys are letting everything run amok over there.
Well, Matt, there's good news. Our governor is going to lift the state of emergency for COVID
yeah.
in February 2023
Yeah, just next year. It's
Oh,
okay.
cool.
after the
Come
Super
visit
Bowl.
us. Yeah,
Oh
come
my
visit us.
Now, Matt, I can't imagine that you're not going to know the answer to this, but you're aware of the massive event taking place in your city this coming weekend, yes?
Austin City Limits.
Yeah.
That was last. Yeah, I think that was
No,
last
That
week.
was last weekend.
Oh, I thought it was this weekend.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Oh, football. A lot of football games.
No, there's a giant F1 race in Austin this weekend.
Oh yeah, I had no fucking idea.
Well, okay.
How would I possibly know about that?
There should
How
be
could you
There should
possibly
be
expect me
billboards
to
and
know?
ads and shit about it all over town. But I guess what I'm saying is like I would not go anywhere near the popular parts of downtown at all this weekend. It's going to be way worse than that Texas game. They're expecting 400,000
Check.
people.
Won't be a problem.
yeah.
Cool.
See? Well, anyway,
to
Florence the
know. Thank
Machine. Man, that Florence, she can really move. She just sprints from one side of the stage to the other. She's sprinting up and down the bowl. Now, there's like when you go to the bowl and you're sitting up high, walking up those steps or that ramp,
Yeah.
dude, it's tiring. There's
Did you guys get to see a like a moon rise when you were there? There's certain times a year at the bowl where like the moon will kind of like come up right over the ridge above the stage. I've seen a few different shows where they're kind of aware of a moonrise time and the musical act will play a number to kind of coordinate with the moonrise.
Interesting. No, I've
Yeah.
never heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. But no, we did not care about
Sounds
this
awesome.
moonrise. But yeah, I mean the band was awesome. We took the bus out there because there's like nowhere to park when you go out to the Hollywood Bowl. So we went to Studio City, went to the bus pickup, and then the bus drove us out there.
Yeah.
And then show was fantastic. We get on the first bus back, and it's packed. Like it's not only standing room, but it's crunch, like shoulder to shoulder standing room, hot.
For anyone who doesn't know, the Hollywood Bowl has designated shuttle buses that go to the few parking lots that are sort of at the bottom of the hill around where the Hollywood Bowl is. And they're great, but when that show lets out, people don't give an F, and they will just shove onto the shuttle
they
buses.
shoved on like you are. Everyone on that bus is touching at least 3 other people.
Correct.
While they're on that bus, including the driver. He was handsy. So
It's also in a horrible location that is right next to the one freeway entrance for Hollywood. So if you are just in Hollywood and you're trying to get home and a show lets out, you are going to like traffic like you cannot believe.
Yeah.
So they really are trying to get those lots emptied out as soon as possible.
it's a magical
It's a
venue when
mess.
you're watching the show, but getting
Yeah.
there and coming back,
Nightmare.
It's a
it almost turns you off from even going to the show.
Right.
Like the
Totally.
hassle of it's like
It's
I
one of
have
those.
to tell you, sorry, I don't want to go on too far a tangent, but when I first met my wife, she lived walking distance from the Hollywood Bowl. And so we would go see shows, and then after it was over, just a 15, 20-minute walk, and we'd be back at the apartment again. It was so cool.
That's really
because
nice.
because it's such a pain in the ass
You
otherwise.
saw the keys.
No, it was many units ago.
Yeah, so coming back, we're packed on this bus. It's hot to where like during the ride, people are just like, "Can somebody open the window? Can you go?" And and everyone's just trying to crack these bus windows, which barely open anyway.
Right.
And then the bus just dies, like in the middle of the left lane on one of the streets. It just dies, and you just hear a little commotion. It's kind of quiet. Everyone stops talking. Like, what's going on? What's going on? And then you just hear the engine. And then somebody in the front's like, the bus isn't starting. And then
I'm gonna need
commotion.
an EDM mix of that though.
Yeah. So so now the commotion comes from the front to the back, and everyone's just kind of freaking out a little bit. What's gonna happen? There's cars just zooming by us on the right hand lane, and then this is where it gets interesting, because this is just a fine bus. Everyone's just talking amongst themselves. It's quiet, but then once something like this happens, all the A-type personalities of this bus start to emerge from all of these people. Because look, it's crowded. So starting from the back. Can you let us off? Just let us off. Yeah, let us off. And the ladies, the bus driver's like, look, I'm responsible for you. I can't just let you off in the middle of a street while cars are zooming by. So just give me a few more tries, and then and then we'll see where we go. And she's like making calls, like we're stuck in the left lane, blah blah blah. And then like someone in the back, I'm claustrophobic. You gotta let me off. It's too hot in here. And then a bunch of murmuring, like they're worried about this guy who's claustrophobic.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
And then someone from another side of the bus. You can't keep us here against our will.
Harumph.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's like a bunch of that. Like
Have a drink.
you legally can't keep us here. It was pretty hot. You legally can't keep us here. Blah blah blah. And like and then all the B-type personalities, which I guess I was, because I was just like annoyed, and I was just like, God, please just make this so. And I'm burying my head in my phone, like, please just make this as like over as possible. I can't do this. I'm so uncomfortable. But yeah, all these people are like, let us off. And eventually, she's like, fine, but I am not responsible for what happens to you as soon as you get off this bus.
Gary goes, here, that does not do anything.
That wouldn't work.
That does not do shit. If one of those guys had gotten off the bus and gotten creamed on Cahuenga, she'd still have some problems.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I
my
said I
God.
wasn't responsible.
Yeah, I made it very clear. Yeah. I assume no responsibility. So door opens and everyone just starts trickling out. A few people are still sticking around. This bus doesn't look like it's going to start. Like, all right, we better just walk. It's like we Google mapped it. It's a 15 to 20 minute walk back to the place. Let's just hoof it. And we get off. We're all hoofing it. There's like 3 people that stay on. And about 8 minutes into the walk, we just see our
bus
empty
goes
bus
right
just
by you.
zoom by. Oh.
Boom.
Yeah, that's what we get. That's what we get.
Damn.
Fucking brutal.
As we walk with all these smelly people. But anyway, great show.
I'm sure that bus
Carry any
driver.
sheet metal?
No sheet metal.
So there's a bright
Yeah.
side.
Dude, but my weekend, and then we get home, and Jen found like this faucet she wanted me to install into the bathtub, like a new one. What?
You didn't tell me that part of the story. You just told me the water didn't work.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, so Gary knew this. And so I've installed faucets before. I installed like the sink faucet, easy
Sure,
enough,
like the kitchen?
right? Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
And then I'll install this one. So I go to install it, but I have to take off the old faucet, and there's a panel on the other side of the faucet, like on the side of the wall. So I take it off to go uninstall this faucet, and I reach down to turn the shut-off valve for the this tub, so I can take it off and water doesn't go everywhere. So I reach for the shut-off valve inside the wall, and it is leaking pretty heavily.
Not good.
Before the valve, I'm just feeling it, and it's just kind of, I'm like, uh-oh, and I feel like around and like
Mushy.
it's mushy. So this has been leaking for a minute. So thank God I found it. But I had to shut off the water for the house because it's before the shut-off valve, so it would make no difference. So
Yeah.
I told Jen, all right, water's off, and I shut off the water for the house. And we're like, we can make it. We have a couple bottles of water here. We're okay.
Couple bottles.
No, a couple. We had some bottled water.
Well, also, you're not in the middle of the desert. You
we're in
have
the middle
a
of the desert.
supermarket down
Yeah.
the street.
We have a
You'll be all
supermarket
right.
down the street. Our neighbors, our best friends,
Got
like
families in town.
we're
You know,
good.
you're good.
But Chris, when you're walking from the living room to the kitchen to refill your lovely wife's cup and you start to feel parched,
I know.
what are
I
you
couldn't
gonna
do-
drink?
I couldn't do my move, which she saw me do the other day, and she's like, "Oh," she was very disappointed in me. So we're sitting there. It's like, okay, we'll be fine. And then I realize I'm going golfing with Gary tomorrow, and I have 2 golf shirts, both dirty, and I have 1 pair of golf shorts, dirty. I haven't done laundry, and I was planning to do it that night. So I go, okay. Maybe I could just wear the dirty clothes, and it'll be fine, because it's a black shirt. But then they're like khaki shorts. Khaki shorts were a mess. They were very dirty. So I go, okay.
Why were they so dirty? What's happening?
Because I golfed them last time, and who knows, man? I get dirty sometimes. I get deep.
You rolling around?
Yeah, I roll
Rolling
a
around
little
the
bit.
grass?
Yeah, I like to roll. Dawson likes to walk
Dog.
barefoot. I like to roll. So I go, okay, I'm gonna go to the laundromat and do laundry. She's like, no, look, the Dodger game's on, which was a very sad game because they lost. But the Dodger game's on, and my dad and my brother are watching it. Jen's like, let's just go to my mom's house, do laundry there. We'll hang out, watch the Dodger game. And I'm like, okay. So we bring my laundry there, and we also bring a bunch of like jugs.
Just rolling deep with growlers.
Yeah, growlers, dude. And and we
Any
do laundry,
vessel.
watch the game, and we just load up on water.
You have like vases and stuff. Just anything to hold
it's
water.
anything that can hold water with a lid because we had to drive
Yeah.
it back.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we come back, we get all this water, and we're rationing it, like brushing our teeth, pouring it on and brushing our teeth, and like it's like, okay, here's the plan. I got a plumber coming tomorrow, so we just got to make it through the night. And
You pooping in a bucket?
no, well, that's a thing. No poop. Like we're just like, look, if you gotta pee, I got a yard. You can find.
Maybe this is why you have a tummy ache, because there was a
Yeah,
no
you
pooping
can't poop.
edict put in place, and your
think
body
it's
just
all
went, "I
coming
got you,
together
fam."
You're dehydrated.
it just turned on.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
It's a
We
mix
cannot-
between
we cannot-
dehydration and
Oh.
not pooping. That's what's wrong with you.
I forgot to put
You
the
need to have a poop rule.
I forgot to put the switch the other way. Yeah, I've been holding
Chris, you can poop.
it. Yeah,
It's
Ah.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, so I was telling Gary when we were golfing, like, yeah, dude, I haven't had water for like.
I think
the
yours
last
is
day.
worse, but you and I were having a little pity party because I
Yeah,
also
Gary.
had my fridge and freezer crap out on me on Thursday night, and we thought at first it was only the freezer, so we thought maybe it was isolated to that, and the fridge was still working, and it was like, all right, well, let's see what happens, and we'll call the repair people because we have a home warranty, on Saturday. And then on Saturday morning, the fridge went out. So we call them. They're like, all right, we'll be there on Monday. So the guy comes on Monday, and he's like, what happened? And I was like, it stopped being cold. You're the fucking repair guy. I don't know, man. It was cold. Now it's not cold. This is not good because I keep all my cold things in here. What do you mean what happened? Like, so he's like, all right. So he opens it. He takes the temperature with this little gun. He slides it out. He unscrews the thing and looks in the back. He gets up. He stares at it for 5 minutes. He goes to me and he goes, it's undoubtedly the compressor. And I went, okay, so now what? And he was like, now I submit the information to the home warranty people. They'll approve it or they won't, and then we'll come back out to do it. I was like, okay, how long does that take? He was like, 1 business day. This was yesterday.
Okay.
He goes, 1 business day. As I was leaving for work this morning, I could hear my wife on the phone, and she went, what do you mean, my wife? And she went, what do you mean October 31st? And I just left for work. That's 2 weeks from today. I have a small child.
Work. Yeah, that doesn't work.
That's not going to be okay.
Yeah, no.
How are you gonna keep
That's
your
not
zombie
okay.
chicken fresh?
Well, but what I'll tell you, what I've been doing is I've been doing twice a day runs to the fucking supermarket and getting 20 pounds of ice.
The good thing about zombie chicken is it's undead. So it doesn't need
Just get
to
like
be
a
cold.
mini fridge.
Now, I did take the mini fridge that we have here at the office and get it into my car today with the help of Byron. And I have no idea how I'm getting it out because we got it in by that much.
You guys have Byron Allen working for you now?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
wild.
It's weird.
Oh,
how-
he would really
Seems
put
like he's overqualified.
he really
would think.
stepped up during this move.
Mm.
Yeah, he is overqualified, but really nice.
He got
guy.
younger and started smoking weed too.
Wow. No way.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. See, Gary, man,
You and I-
adulting.
I know. You and I over here just talking about our
Well,
house
we're-
problems while we golf. We're old.
Yeah.
at
Well,
that.
Dawson
Look at
had the
that.
weekend of his life.
Dawson was out being a rock star.
Nothing wrong with my house.
You and I are over here adulting, and Dawson's out fucking partying. How was it, man?
It was fucking long day Friday, but it was a badass show. Fucking tons of fun. Probably the best I ever played.
Did you had to drive in?
Left, yeah, we drove. Me and Rainin left North Hollywood at 8:30 a.m. Got to Vegas by 12:45.
Those are JV numbers. You're going to have to pump those numbers up.
Got to Izzy's place. That's where they stopped to get gas.
Even still.
Yeah. Well,
Dude. So who is this band you're playing with? Because I saw a picture of it, and I'm like, that's Izzy.
I had to get
That's Dawson.
Oh, it was a Friday. That couldn't.
I had to get a couple of replacement dudes.
Some hired guns.
Hired guns, Vegas guys. One dude's name is Johnny Hazard.
You have Izzy Presley and Johnny
I
Hazard
got
in
Izzy
your band.
Presley, Johnny Hazard. And
Yeah, are these characters in Guitar Hero?
I said when I was introducing the
should
bands,
be.
I'm like, Cuidado, amigos. It's Johnny Hazard.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then the bass player, Scotty Griffin. Good guy. He's played with some formation of LA Guns, I hear. But dude was a monster bass player. And when I introduced him, I couldn't think of a good adjective. So I said the insolent Scotty Griffin. And he fucking played an insolent bass solo, and it was badass.
Yeah.
Totally fucking worked.
Dude.
But yeah, so we got there at like 12:45. Went to Izzy's house. Fucking gave Izzy his new guitar that I had to pick up in Burbank on the way there. He fucking got it ready for the show. Then we went to a rehearsal studio fucking 20 minutes away in Vegas. Vegas is sprawling now. So anyway, there's this fucking like Charles Manson fucking ranch out in Vegas with a few haciendas, a bunch of recording studios.
I've heard of it, yeah.
And a swimming pool in the middle and shit. And we pull up inside this private drive gate, pull up right next to big industrial doors. Industrial doors roll up, and there's a fucking stage in there, and everything's fucking set up. Engineer comes out and is like, "What's up, dude? Got you set up." So then we rehearse for 2 hours. We rehearse from 2 to 4.
Okay.
Then we fucking go to the bar to load in and sit around there until like 7 until we get fucking hotel straightened out. We got to be back at 8.
Okay.
Get back at 8. Fucking hit the stage at 9 and played a fantastic show that I could not hear at all.
I feel like that happens a lot.
All the time.
A lot more than it should.
It's like you just
For
gotta
venues that
fucking,
do
you just
music.
gotta trust that.
Hey, but you said
Well,
you
they
liked
can
my
hear it.
show. Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. And then I was sitting out by my merch, trying to make some extra money, and Sebastian Bach walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love classical.
I didn't tell him he missed the best band, but no, Killer Dwarfs were awesome. And Victoria came out.
Nice.
Victoria drove all the way out to
Gabay?
Vegas. That's right.
From K-Bricks fame.
And
Las Vegas. Am I right?
Las Vegas.
If she's not doing that with her friends,
pretty good, dude.
start it. You're welcome.
That's pretty good.
I think you lost a little over Zoom there, Matt. That was a good joke.
And fucking me and Rainen got out at 12:30 on Saturday. Went out with Johnny Hazard until like 5 o'clock in the morning.
I was gonna say you left
Sounds
Vegas
dangerous.
at 12:30 p.m. the next day.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Dude,
That leaves not a lot
I
of
was
time
in
to
I was
sleep.
in remarkably good shape, all things considered. Somehow I was just like, I can make this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it took 4.5 hours to get home. It fucking dumped in the desert. All the way through, dude. Dumped rain.
Don't say
Oh,
that.
rain.
Rain. Oh,
So much fucking rain.
Rain. Okay.
Like all of a sudden we're in a monsoon.
Rain of rain.
But I listened to the end of my audiobook for 1984 on the way there and the way back, and Raina was sleeping. And I just couldn't help but think about the dreams he must be having if he's actually asleep.
Yeah, just
Because it's a
hearing it.
disturbing book. Anyway.
Yeah.
Great trip. Thanks to the Killer Dwarfs.
Yeah.
And we've got Johnny Hazard and Scotty Griffin who love the songs and want to be in the band in Vegas.
Ooh.
So there are more Vegas discussions underway.
More Vegas shows to
So
be
we'll be
had.
back out there.
Love it. Also, Dawson just watched the first 2 Hellraisers, Matt.
I did.
We had a
Oh,
long
you
discussion about
did.
it. Yeah.
Can I hear a little bit of your insight?
Sure. I think the Wikipedia page was probably scarier.
Dawson was not impressed.
I'm very impressed with the idea. But
Cenobites?
when I asked if it held up, it does not. It looks like an 80s movie. The acting. You have to watch this movie. Everybody has to watch this movie. And then
So you go. He's
finish that
recommending it.
one.
You hear that?
Finish
Yeah.
that one. And I was like, okay, dude, that was bad. That was bad. I gotta watch the second one. And I didn't think it could get worse, but it did.
Oh boy,
Wow.
that's the other side of the flippy floop, Matt.
That chick, the lead.
In the second one?
Boy.
Well, the second one's cool
couldn't-
because it's like an origin story almost, right?
It is
But
kind of, but
having the
like,
mattress,
the
yeah.
I'm really
I
looking
am-
forward
with
to
all of that said.
SLC Movie Junkies' response to this.
It was not- it
Once
was-
again screaming. He's screaming at
it
his
was
headphones
not
right now.
scary at
Well,
all.
So Dawson and I disagree.
And I was laughing my ass off every like 7,
Well,
8 minutes.
Look, watch the new one, and then because my argument,
I want to see the new one.
Yeah, my argument.
I totally want to
is
see the
that
new one. I love the idea. I love the idea, and I'm
I think
sure
you're
in
primed and ready for the
1982
new
or
one.
whenever it was, the execution was as good as they could do it. It does not stand up, and the acting is terrible.
Now remember, my argument is the new one's a little too polished and there's just too many characters, so there's no real stakes.
Did you see the new? No, you didn't. Did you read the
read all
wiki?
about
I
it.
read the wiki.
Okay.
So, but that's my argument. So
Where is
that's
the new
why-
one in theaters right now?
Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm watching.
What's it called?
Not in theaters.
It's called Hellraiser.
Hellraiser.
It's called Hellraiser. Yeah. It's
I looked for it
2022 is
on the
Hellraiser.
Plex and couldn't find it. It's just called Hellraiser. It's not Hellraiser.
it's on-
...
Correct. It's just
Okay.
called Hellraiser, and it's on Hulu. So
Yeah.
it's I don't know how Plex works, but
Is it a movie or a TV show?
it's a movie, but
Okay.
it is straight to Hulu. It did not get a theatrical
Okay.
release.
But here's the
to my
thing.
knowledge.
Imagine The Shining. We can all agree Shining is great. It's thrilling. It's terrifying. It's good, right?
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. We all watched it together. It's a great movie. Yeah, it knows what it's doing. Now imagine if The Shining, if you took out Jack Nicholson and his family and you replaced it with like a dorm room. I'm not a dorm room, like a whole dorm.
A dorm room in the hotel.
Not a whole dorm room, but like a bunch of college kids, like a frat party.
Okay,
A Jewish
okay.
frat party.
Okay.
And they're all there, and there's like
You're
10
pitching accepted.
Yeah, it's accepted. Yeah, exactly.
I've never seen Accepted.
Oh, you gotta
fucking-
watch
you gotta
Accepted. That's a
Accepted. That is
movie.
a fucking
Yeah.
A+
Good?
movie. That's a very
Full
good
feature
Is
of
it?
Hellraiser.
Is it?
It's a
horror?
comedy. No, it's
Oh,
a comedy.
Okay.
It's the
Dude.
premise is that these high school kids aren't getting accepted into college, so they make up a fake university so that they can show their parents a letter.
I've
saying they
seen
got
you
in.
guys watching that movie in the other
Yeah.
room.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
Justin Long,
Justin Long
Jonah
stars,
Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Right.
Come
That's
on.
a very good movie.
Yeah, I'm a fan. But anyway, yeah, it's like Accepted. Imagine having all those people in The Shining. It's like there's too many,
That's
and
a
we don't
diff-
care.
Yeah, that's a different movie.
It's a different movie. You need the scope of just having
The
a
one
couple,
family.
few characters,
Yeah.
and that's why I liked Hellraiser from '87 better than Hellraiser from 2022.
There's a lot of people. They put the frat house in The Shining in 2022.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yes, that's
okay,
what I'm saying.
I
So
get
you're
it
not
now.
into it anymore. That's
I
what
get it
this
now.
new Hellraiser is going to be for you. I predict. but
I don't know,
watch
man,
it, and I
because
wanna hear
I'm
your
not
thoughts.
fuck, dude. Hellraiser, dude.
Yeah, Matt,
Yeah, what's up, dude?
what kind of Halloween candy are you handing out this year?
Yeah, okay. So we got the. It's just such a shift.
Yeah.
We got.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to do?
That's
You need a
okay.
better
No, it's
transition.
You got
okay.
more Hellraiser content
Yeah,
to
dude.
do?
Come
It's been
on, I thought
fucking
we
3
got
weeks.
Here's what I want to
Jesus,
say.
I like the shift.
Here's what I want to know, Chris. I want to know where you fall on the Friday the 13th series because I
It
never
falls
knew
on
you to be a
Wikipedia.
fan. I never knew you to be a fan, but you are proudly wearing the shirt, and I noticed that you've been turning your shoulders toward the camera for me to take the bait to ask why on earth would you be wearing that shirt
I
when
told
you
you guys
probably
about
We
the
talked
shirt.
about the
Never
street
seen.
fair he went to
Yeah.
pick out
Oh,
leather
that's
goods
from the
and
street
shit.
fair.
This is from the
Okay.
street fair.
You went to get leather goods?
This is the first. Yeah, there were leather goods there, sure.
Nice.
But and crystals.
He went
Get
because he's
some
married.
saddle
He went because
bags.
he's married, Dawson. But leather goods are
Yeah,
available.
in intention candles. But anyway,
Intention
the-
candles.
got this
There were
shirt.
definitely bath bombs too.
This is my first day wearing it. I
Does
thought
every one of them say, I intend to fuck you?
Has anyone else noticed the shirt, Chris?
I noticed it.
I know. I don't know.
I
Looks like- it
noticed
just looks
but
like an emo
I
band.
mean, now that we're on it, it's a little weird because you're a black T-shirt guy,
Yeah.
and you are not a fan of horror movies, and it is okay. It's next to Halloween, but yeah, it's a little out of place.
I will say,
why are
Chris,
you wearing a Friday the 13th shirt?
Do I only have to wear it on Friday the 13th?
At one point, I wondered whether or not Ben had bleeded on you.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit of red here.
Have you actually seen a single movie?
Oh yeah, I have. I've seen the first one. I may have seen the second one too. Yeah, I've seen that.
cool.
When I talked to the lady, this is the only one that I recognized, and then you guys asked me if I've
That's
seen.
right. Okay,
I have never
apologize.
seen
You
a
did
single
talk
Friday
about it.
the 13th.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to fucking
And I will-
recommend that
and
shit
I will
to
not-
you.
Yeah, no,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I've seen pieces of them.
Yeah.
It's not
And that's why. Yeah, it's scary.
my kind
Yeah,
of thing.
get you in your dreams.
games.
I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like a good portion of it, when I was like 4 or 5.
The one with Jessica Biel?
No,
that was
not if I was 4.
That's post Seventh Heaven. That's right. Anyway, Matt, Halloween candy.
Yeah, Halloween candy. All right, so I got a some sort of variety pack that had some peanut M&Ms, some Snickers, some.
Oh, we know the one.
You got the peanut pack.
You got the
it
peanut
was like
pack.
It was like a caramel pack is actually what it was. So it had a lot of more caramel base. It had like caramel M&Ms in it as well.
Because you're thinking,
Get some Milky Ways in there.
There was some weird variation of
I
Milky
think Milky
Way that was
Way
like
is the worst
caramel
candy bar
only.
ever.
Yeah, it was.
No.
It's,
we've been over this. Well, we've been over the best one.
Yeah.
Take 5 wins.
But here's the thing: we had to supplement with some of our favorite candy bars that we couldn't find in the variety pack. So
Did
for
you get some
example,
whatchamacallits?
no, but I did see those, and I was impressed that bar is still alive and well. I didn't know that was still happening in 2022.
Yeah.
But we did get like 100 grand, which is incredible. Probably one of my all-time favorite candy bars, if not the number one. And we also got a Haribo variety pack, which are the like
The
kind of
gummies.
gummy
Yeah.
candies, and they have.
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so Matt, this is your first Halloween there. You're going to be handing out candy to all the kids in the neighborhood. It's kind of your introduction to these neighbors. So you want to be,
Correct.
you want to impress them. Are you
That's right.
are you a 1 candy per kid guy? Do you know you know how what kind of volume you'll be getting this year?
I
Like, have you
actually
been
don't
asking
know. I
around?
want to ask one of the guys who lives on my street, who's become a friend of mine. I feel like I could ask him, and he would definitely know. But I would generally be more of a 2 to 3 candy, like a small handful kind of guy. I'm not doing a big grip, but I'll pinch a couple off.
Now, Matt, let me propose this. You know, you're new to the neighborhood. You want to
I
show
feel it.
people, you know.
You don't want to get in trouble with the cartel.
Yeah,
You know, but you definitely want to get that fucking skim. Just a gummer. Just get
right.
a gummer, dude.
What's that, Gary?
I was just going to say, you know, you're new to the neighborhood. Maybe what you should do is something that I've seen done before where you judge every single child, and the people with the good costumes get more candy than the kids
Ooh.
standing next to them who maybe didn't try as hard.
Yeah.
And you teach
That's
them a little
pretty
something.
good.
I mean,
I
in
like
Texas,
that.
I think that might be something that the parents would go, you know what? Strict but fair. I like it.
Bring a lasso.
Here's the other thing. I will oftentimes do my favorite move, which is you just extend the bowl, and let's make that child decide morally where they fall and how many pieces of candy
You're a
can
monster.
I take.
Pretty good, dude.
I got to be honest,
Because-
Matt. I like that. I like that for multiple reasons. One of which is I have been shamed at my house in my current neighborhood where I will just pick the candy and drop it in, and the kid will go, "I didn't want that."
What?
Because they could see, they
What?
could see, dude.
Yeah.
These kids are fucking stuck up and
That's
like
what I'm
shitty
saying.
these days. And I've had more than one be like, "I didn't want that one. I want that one."
You got to do what I do.
I was just saying, well, I didn't want you.
Yeah, say your parents didn't want you, and then close the door
Yeah.
in their face.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
Well, your parents
That's a
didn't
great
want you.
comeback.
Yeah.
Well,
See?
That's a way
Trick
to
or
get
treat,
ingratiated.
motherfucker.
yeah.
I can't believe that kids would argue over the candy.
You
that they
could
get.
leave
Oh,
the
yeah.
parents out of it and just say, "Well, I don't want you on my porch.
Yeah, I would have.
Get
I
off
w-
my stoop, kid."
Then I would reach in, take it out, and I'd have like a spare bowl of like toothpaste or something lame.
Yeah.
And drop that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because
Would you rather have a rock?
see.
Say that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Matt, you don't know what kind of volume you're gonna get. Those sound like pretty good candies, great variety. I think you're gonna be very popular amongst the kids out there.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I'm
A lot of it, because of where I live in my neighborhood, is a gigantic neighborhood, and we're kind of toward the back. So I don't know what the volume's really going to be like. I don't imagine we're going to get a lot of people from the front of the neighborhood. It's really just going to be people who kind of live at the very back. So
Well, Matt,
a lot
let me give you a little insight as someone who now has kids. The back of the neighborhood is where we aim for, and a lot of people in my neighborhood, I think, aim for because there's less like actual car traffic. It's all foot traffic when you're sort of
that's a good
as
call.
far away from the main streets. So I've noticed that the past few years is that the portions that are furthest away from like the main streets around my neighborhood are where a lot of the parents with little kids take them because they're, you know, if the kid does run or something, it's a little safer.
yeah.
That's definitely promising. I also have noticed in the several neighborhoods that I've lived in my life that a lot of the volume has to do with whether or not your neighbors are participating in it as well.
Right.
That's
So-
true.
Yeah.
When I lived in Pasadena, we decorated so much, but we were really the only house on our block that did. And you could kind of see down the street, and you would see just a flood of kids because every single one of those houses down there were all lit up. But none of those kids wanted to come up like 7 unlit houses to come get to
it's
our
not smart
house,
to go.
you know?
It's not.
Well,
it's
That's where the Halloween guys or Michael Myers is.
Matt,
Well,
exactly.
that's where Matt is. There's the guy who makes my lemonade.
That's right.
Since you don't live there anymore,
Ghost.
since you don't live there anymore, I feel I can sort of dox you and say exactly to my point. Your house was right next to a major street that had people going
was.
45 fucking miles an hour. Like I
That
would,
is
as my
true.
parent or as a parent, I would not take my kids to your house. I would stick down at the
Yeah.
other end of your street.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance, and I will say too that there are quite a lot of houses in our neighborhood that are going balls to the wall. Frankly, putting my display to shame. So I'm
Wow.
anticipating an exciting Halloween, although it's on a Monday.
Now,
so
what
who knows
about-
what it'll really be?
A couple more questions about your tactics
Sure,
this year.
I am so happy to answer that.
What about the parents? Are you tossing in some Jello shots? I mean, some houses look out for the parents too. If you're trying to make some friends, maybe see some of
I
your
never
buds from
really
reggae
thought
night.
of that. I think in my mind, and maybe I'm so wrong about this, but in my mind, at least my experience, were that the parents kind of wait at the edge of the property, and then the kid or kids will go up to the door, get the candy, and then kind of, it's like the 90-degree rule with your golf courses.
Right.
It's like the parents don't go all the way up to the door.
They
What
do,
do you
if,
do if
they
you see-
do
if you
if the
see
parents
cool-
at that house are offering Jello shots.
See possible cool
Maybe
people
Jello
to say, hey, you
shots,
guys
dude.
want
In
a
the
Jello
front?
shot?
No,
That's all
just
you do
go-
is
yeah,
just yell
just
to
kinda
them.
yell like, hey,
They'll be
you
like,
guys-
they're gonna
Hey,
go,
we're
fuck
new in
yeah,
town.
dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'll mention it. I never considered it, but
Yeah.
I will mention it too.
Yeah,
My
you guys
wife,
want
and maybe we
a,
will.
you want a Jello shot? Like,
My-
yeah, it's like we're new here.
Again, it's a Monday.
So nice to
It's
be
a Monday
here.
night.
Matt, my destination on Halloween is a house in my neighborhood where the kid goes to my kid's school, and the guy caught us earlier this month and was like, definitely at my house. We're gonna have 150 Jello shots ready. Like no joke. Like this guy
on.
flagged us down, and he was like, we'll also have white wine if your wife's into it. Whatever. They were doing this last year
Let's
too.
go.
It was pretty chill.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Now we're
walking,
living.
baby.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Matt. Look, you're trying to meet people around Austin. What better way? They're coming to you. All right.
But you're saying that I need to also put something at the front of the property to tell these parents come up here
or
because
just
there's something
like
for
you can yell
too.
out. So I'm like, hey, we're new here. I'm Matt. This is my wife, and or hand out a card or something like, hey, professional friend. I've got
All
one
right,
of those.
I'm
Don't
all
do
for
that.
this.
I've never called that.
The
guy.
houses that I've seen that do the Jello shot sort of establish themselves out on the driveway. Like they're kind of
Yeah,
already
they're
sitting
not
out.
behind
They have
the
a
door.
table, and it's like, all
That's-
right, here's
yeah,
a bucket
okay.
of candy for the kids to come up, and if mom and dad want to come over here, this is the adult side of the table, and feel free to take one and move along or whatever.
Yeah, so
All right.
we'll probably be watching a horror movie.
And
so.
of course, I have to ask, what are you dressed as you're entering the door?
Usually on the Halloween night, if it's like in this scenario, a Monday night, I'm probably just going to be wearing a t-shirt like what you're wearing. I've got like a Hocus Pocus t-shirt, for example, or my wife got me a Friday the 13th t-shirt as well. So maybe I'll
What?
be wearing that. Yeah.
Put it on now.
And I know it's in the laundry. It's literally in the laundry right now, or I would put it on.
Because he already
Ooh la
wore it.
la, he's got water.
I know. Oh, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys? You have
and
stuff in
then-
the fridge?
I got some fake vampire teeth. If I'm feeling like it, maybe I'll pop those in there too. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay.
So the
yeah.
answer is
strikes me.
a T-shirt with vampire teeth.
Matt's he's like
Yeah,
that
sounds
chef
about right.
that's like, they're trying to design the menu and like, oh, what's on the menu tonight? It's like, I got to be inspired first. I want to see what ingredients are fresh, and
Yeah.
I want to be inspired, and then I'll make my dish for the night.
Exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't know yet, and that's cool because that's how he works.
Well, you gotta say, well, let's see what's in the fridge. So
Yeah.
there you go.
It could be a zombie chicken.
Maybe you
or
gotta
probably
check the
zombie
fridge.
chicken. Yeah.
Just check the fridge, Matt.
Matt was so surprised about whatchamacallits still being around.
What do you call it?
Whatchamacallits?
That's right. That was the commercial. That was the commercial. Hey, can I have a
they had
whatchamacallit? What do you
commercials for
call
that
it?
candy bar?
Whatchamacallit?
The Necco wafer, is that still a thing? That can't be a thing anymore,
what?
right?
Still a thing.
I don't even know what
Absolutely
that is.
still a
Who?
thing.
The what?
Why? The Necco wafer.
I don't like wafers. I don't like Kit Kats
Wafer.
because
I don't even know her.
candy is like air.
Yeah. Oh,
That's why wafers suck.
the Necco wafer it's like
It's mostly air.
Yeah, it's air with a pinch of sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Sugar and
styrofoam.
air.
Yeah.
Now wait, is what's special about a Necco wafer? Is that different from what's in a Kit Kat?
Oh yeah. Oh,
They're
that's
totally different.
totally different.
Different wafer?
These look like pills that you can kind of eat and chew a little bit.
They're like chalky.
chalky. Yeah.
Chalky.
Who wants a candy that is described as
that
chalky
that-
when everyone
A lot
agrees
of
like,
people
yeah,
allow
chalky.
chalky candy. It's awful.
Oh,
I can't-
Chongo!
I can't believe Necco wafers are still a thing.
Gary, do yourself a flavor. Google
No.
Necco.
Oh, don't eat it.
Necco, and you're gonna know exactly what we're talking about. This is the kind of shit that like you.
Oh no,
you had
fuck
this
that!
As a kid.
I've
It's
seen
terrible.
these things before. These
Yeah,
are
they're
bullshit.
terrible.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
you know what this is? Trash. I see these things
It's
and I
trash.
think, why are they on the counter? They should be in the
Yeah.
trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are bullshit. And everyone's tried them at least once so that they can confirm what they knew when they saw them sitting there on the table, that they are trash.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I hope for all of our sanity, none of us see a Necco wafer this year.
If
Yeah.
I do, I'm throwing it away. I don't care if it's in a kid's bag.
Yeah.
I'll pick it out of a child's bag that I don't know and throw it away.
Excuse me, young man. I need to confiscate
Yeah,
this just for a
flashlight in there.
moment.
I'm doing you a favor. Your parents will understand.
And then
Yeah.
Gary, for Gary Jr., what is the vessel that Gary Jr. will be trick or treating with? Like, what is it going to be? Is it a pillowcase, the pumpkin, the plastic pumpkin?
The pillowcase, I think, is something that comes around when you're more like
When
preteen.
you're trying
Yeah,
to go
that's
for
a little
quantity.
later.
Yeah, you're going on the mission.
You're going for weight.
You're going multi-neighborhood.
Yeah, it's for experts. It's a stiff club, stiff flex.
Now, a real expert knows that you have to have multiple pillowcases and you have to stash them because if they get too
That's right.
full, people think you're getting greedy and they won't give it up.
Oh, interesting.
See, we used to just dump. We would
yeah,
we'd
those
swing
are the
by my
single
parents'
Tootsie
house.
Roll houses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll just drop one.
Yeah.
Like, look, you got a lot.
you
weight on
got
there.
enough. You're gonna rot your teeth.
Yeah, I feel
Uh,
that.
We would
fuck
just do a
teenagers.
drop off. We would use the same case, but we would
Yeah,
swing
okay.
by the house.
That's an
drop
option
off,
too.
and then
If
go
you're
back out
Yeah.
again.
if you're
Yeah.
staying
That's
in your
pretty smart.
neighborhood, but if you're making moves around to different neighborhoods, me and my friends used to have a designated spot that we'd hide it all, and then we'd come back at the end.
Come back
This
to your
conversation
treasure.
makes me so happy.
I think for my son, I've seen a giant dinosaur that has a handle that has like the middle of its like back dug out. That I think the reason that I've seen that recently is because it's going to be his candy thing that he's going to carry. But he has done the pumpkin thing in the past.
Yeah, the pumpkin's pretty popular.
What's the
for
pumpkin
teenagers.
thing?
It's
Like,
just
he's
a
got-
pumpkin with a handle.
He's got a
thing.
pumpkin with a handle that's got a
Satchel.
hole in the top of
Plastic
it.
pumpkin.
Yeah, the
Plastic.
plastic. No, a real pumpkin, Matt.
I don't know. He
He's
said the
bringing a
pumpkin
real
thing.
pumpkin for
I thought
trick
it
or
was
treat.
weird.
If
I
a
thought
kid
it was
brings me a
weird.
real pumpkin for trick or treating, I'm dumping my whole candy bowl in there because
Yeah,
that
congratulations.
takes
You
guts.
deserve it.
I think
you
it's-
won Halloween.
I think the
Actually,
first
there's no
year-
guts. You take the guts out of the pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
Chris.
it needs
Yeah.
guts.
I think the first year he might have taken one of my plastic Halloween Happy Meal things from when we were kids because producer Laura.
Did you guys
saved
see that
all
they're
those.
doing that again for adults this year? By the way,
I didn't
Have you
see
guys
that they were
covered
doing.
that?
I didn't see they were doing that, but they are doing what's called the Adult Happy Meal right now.
that's what I'm talking about.
What's
So
that?
It's like
It's
Halloween
a
buckets.
Big Mac, it's a medium fry, and it's a toy. But the toy, they fucked it up. They should have made it a super nostalgic toy for kids in their 30s, like that they remember. But it's just a cheap toy. Like it's just dumb.
What a waste. Yeah, just switch it with like an apple pie or something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that'll make me happier. Yeah, I don't need
Yeah.
the clutter.
You
Trust
don't
me,
need
I
to
just
play with your food.
I just dealt with a lot of clutter. I don't need the extra clutter of the
Wow.
toys. Unless it was
That's where we're
nostalgic.
at. That's where we're at, everybody.
Yeah.
Adult Happy Meals.
You want to get one?
No.
You're
don't-
interested.
You don't want to be happy?
No.
Dude, get an adult Happy Meal. Watch the new Hellraiser.
Yeah.
You have a great night.
That sounds like a good night. To
I'm
me.
down for the new Hellraiser. I'm totally down for the new one.
Let's discuss after you
I
watch.
now
love-
that you've
I
seen
love
those
the
first
idea.
two, you're ready for it. You'll dig
I
it.
get the premise. I
You'll
understand
be
what they're
glad you
going
saw 'em.
after.
You'll be glad.
I'm excited about it. I love demonic horror and
horror.
Horror.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, we still have a Patreon show we got to do today, so maybe we get an update.
Today?
I mean, sorry, this
Today?
week.
Jesus
dude. I don't even know what
Christ.
day it is,
What are you
man.
talking
It's
about, man?
rough.
No way.
It's been rough. But why don't we? I think that'll do it for today's show. Why don't we go around and get our plugs in, and then we'll GTFO. Look, I know we have comments and maybe a shave
No,
on
let's
the
go.
way, but
Yeah, let's do it.
it's been a long ace day, and yeah, I think we can pinch this one off, as Matt would say. All right, so let's start on my left here.
Ew.
Matt's the one that said it.
I did say it. It's true.
Let's start on my left. Gary, for our plugs, what do you suggest everyone check out?
I would check out our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. It's a second dose of the WWWBC something.
Whoa.
WC.
You will, Gary Ghost would appreciate this. You will not get any WB content.
Yeah. But yeah, check that out.
I must make that clear.
We do the fun stuff. We do the meetups. We do the movies. And there's a second episode every week, which we're going to do this Thursday. And I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we don't have to move a bunch of shit that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check that out. And Reasonable Doubt.
All righty. Matt, what about you?
Well, I'm just going to say it. I talked to Kalen, and he asked me if I had any recommendations for movies that were exclusively on Shudder, which, as we all know, is the obscure horror movie network that Kalen has recommended things to us from the past. Sounds like he's signing up. Sounds like he's signing up for another trial. You can get a free trial for this service, or if you have AMC Plus, you can also get Shudder. I'm just going to go ahead and say I love fucking Shudder. I think it's amazing. They have put out so many great horror movies, original content, and it's like a legit service. So I'm just going to say on behalf of Kalen, without him knowing, I suggest signing up for Shudder because I have a feeling he will probably be reviewing several things that may be exclusive to that platform. Yay. And it's a free trial. So fucking sign up so that you can watch whatever Kalen tells you to watch.
Nice.
All righty.
And follow me on Twitter at Matt Von Blair.
Oh, make sure to give Matt that follow. Das, how about you?
Yeah, I mentioned that I listened to the audiobook for 1984. I'm going through Audible and getting all of the books that I was supposed to read in high school, but cheated my way through the papers.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so confused. I thought you were recording and listening back to some new audiobook of 1984. No, you're listening to the famous...
to 1984.
Falling for Soup
Ray
Allen.
Bradbury, right?
Yeah, no, that's Fahrenheit
Oh, you're
451. That one's next. George Orwell.
George Orwell. I always confuse those,
Anyway, so I already said that. So read Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. I did read 80% of that, like 10 years ago, and then life got in the way, and I never finished the last 30 pages. So I got to find that book and get the last 30 pages, or get that on Audible. Right. But anyway, that's what I'm doing, and Audible's pretty badass, especially for road trips.
Yeah, totally. And as for me, Halloween night, I'm playing at Tantalum in Long Beach. So that's a Monday night.
In costume?
In this shirt.
Weak sauce, bro. That's weak. You got it. You're playing on Halloween. You have to play in costume.
I'm sure Will will wear a toga.
Matt,
I'm in musical costume.
Mail him your fangs.
You have to. I would
Put
love
a little
to play
bit
a
of
gig on
like
Halloween.
put a little bit of like light pale foundation, a little bit of fake blood on your lips or under your nose or something. Just do a little bit
Under
extra.
your nose. You look like a giant
Oh yeah,
cocaine.
what Halloween songs are there other than Monster Mash? Thriller? What do I have to play?
Boy, we don't
have
have
time.
time for that.
Okay,
conversation.
next show. Let's talk.
Chris,
They're
I
all
have a
Ghostbusters.
Spotify.
You gotta learn
Ghostbusters would be sick. Yeah.
I have a Spotify playlist that's 8 hours long, and I would argue every single song on there would qualify.
That'll do it for Watercooler.
Do Edgar Winter's
8
Frankenstein.
hours of
Yeah, do that.
Halloween music? What?
Yep.
All right, send it to me. I'm curious now. All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you again to everybody for listening, for sharing the show with a friend, and just for being a part of the community. Go to facebook.com/group/BoboBoyArmy Worldwide LLC to join our Facebook group and interact with everybody. And we will see you later this week for Patreon. We love you. Goodbye.